What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. Thank you for joining us for another hour of nerds, news, nudity. No nudity. I'm just kidding about that one. Anyway, I've always wanted to say that. Because this is a dumb show and I just do dumb things like that. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us out there in the super cool nerd nation. My name is Jason the Vax. Like the vaccinated, because I've had 2 shots now. So, boom! I got the card and everything. And a free donut from Krispy Kreme. Go get those while they last.
All year, every day for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit them up. Hit them up. So I don't do this show by myself. The lady with the kitty ears over there, that's Cora.
You know, Jason, when I get vaccinated, we're gonna have to take friend trips to get donuts. Like, I hope you understand that.
I mean, I'm already got my like fake mustaches, so I keep going up and getting them. You know, like, oh. Thank you for the free donut. Then, come back a little bit later. Oh, yes, I heard donuts were being given away here. Don't mind me and my handlebar mustache.
Don't you have to show your card, with your name on it?
They don't look at that. Maybe they do. I'll need to make copies now.
You know what? If you go to various Krispy Kremes.
There you go. I can hit up at least 2 on the way to my job. But anyway, the other person that's half vaccinated over there, that's Ricardo.
Yo, I'm half vaccinated. I still got my little Band-Aid for my courage. My arm isn't sore anymore. I got the Pfizer one. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
I got the Pfizer one too. I mean, I was only like sore for like a couple, like 2-3 days maybe.
First dose, sore for a day. I don't know, but the second dose, because I'm not there yet. April 13th is my next dose. So
second dose, I actually ran a little bit of a low grade fever, but not like anything debilitating.
Yeah.
My wife, she like laid down for the day when she got her second one. But otherwise, I'd say it was a pretty safe process. I hear people have different reactions, but honestly, nothing.
I was disappointed. I didn't get to levitate water like I wanted to. Like, I thought I was going to get like mutant powers.
I've heard it's more of an issue with people that have a lot of medical allergies or a lot of food allergies. Because I have a friend that had to be, I don't want to say surveillance, but they kept them back an extra 30 minutes or so just to make sure there weren't any adverse effects because of all of their allergies. And I've had that happen with a couple of friends. They've had no problems. I will point that out right now. They've not had any problems. I think the worst one of them had that I've seen is like some sore muscles and some fatigue. And that's it. Which is good.
Yeah.
So I've been having fun with a Instagram scammer for like the past like hour, and I honestly got to do the show, so I don't have time to like normally I'd let this drag on and see what's going on, but I don't have time. So if anybody wants to message over Instagram at Alameda00142, which sounds like completely legit Instagram name, go right ahead. Tell him Jason said, in fact, yeah, y'all do that. Go tell him Jason said, well, Jason didn't say hi. Y'all know what Jason would say.
Jason said, hello.
Jason said said some curse words that we can't say on the show.
We could. We just be demonetized.
Very quickly.
For the string of curses that I want to say. So feel free if anybody out there wants to go do that. Because now, if once we get a couple people watch, I'm going to like blast that out. Because I think it'd be funny. But yes, just trying to get Steam cards or something. Anyway, screw those people. Because we got a loaded show for you today. And, yeah, Rick, you're, actually, I'm going to start off with a little bit of a discussion piece. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. So I'm going to leave everybody up here because some bad news from GameStop. As I can say that now, former board member Reggie Fils-Aimé has quit the board of directors after 1 year. Actually, and he only came on board this summer. Not only has he retired, but also 8 other directors are set to retire from the board. They had their 2021 annual meeting, and the remaining board members are largely people new to the company. They have not been there that long. And I can't find anyone that can verify this. But it was, Reggie has said, nothing can save this company. I can't verify this. I've been trying to verify this quote. But honestly, it sounds a little bit dark coming from our boy Reggie, who was in charge of Nintendo for so long. The happy guy whose body was ready. Apparently his body was not having this one. So, GameStop continues on the decline. So much for all that stock that was bought.
So you're saying they have job openings at the board member level.
First of all, I think, you know what? Honestly, I think any one of us are more qualified than anybody on that board right now. At least we've played video games. I hear they got the guy from Chewy. You know, he knows all about dog food.
Oh Lord!
Or wasn't it a medical marijuana executive too?
That was DC. That's DC Comics.
Oh well, okay. Well, that'll actually that'll go well, I'm sure. But anyway, so GameStop once again is on the rocks, and I think, look, I'm just gonna. Reggie knows a thing or two about a successful company.
A few things, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So, over under, hive mind here. How long does GameStop have? Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. If they don't get their act together, they don't got long. I know that.
I mean, we've already heard they were closing down half of their stores, which that's never a good sign.
Well, okay, but like, wasn't Microsoft like gonna take over the stores?
Microsoft was going to help them out greatly, and well, that was last year.
And then the pandemic happened.
I know, and yes, everyone has been hurt by the pandemic, but the one thing that has not been hurt during this pandemic is video games.
Yes, but
game companies.
How many of them were digital buys?
It doesn't have to be digital buys. People are buying and playing more video games during the pandemic. Exactly.
This was the highest time for people to buy the Nintendo Switch.
Because we didn't have anything else to do. So how
There's a lot.
How does that reflect in a company whose thing is video games? How do they fail? I honestly think GameStop would have gone down before now, but this was keeping them afloat. This gave them an injection they needed at a time they needed it. But now, you know,
it was like a small.
So okay,
I don't think they'll see the end of 2022.
Ooh, that's
I give them this year because we're still gonna be in all this crap. But at the same time, though, like I know where you live, Jason, like your area, I can go to Target, I can go to Walmart, and I can go. There's two other places I can go before I find a GameStop.
So,
and all those places like Target, Walmart, I think there's a Best Buy near you. I think.
I will say the GameStop is a lot closer than the Walmart or the GameStop, or not the GameStop, the Walmart or the Best Buy. But it's not good.
Let's get down to some brass tacks here. We're all gamers here. We game.
Yeah.
Cora, why are you not going to GameStop to get your games?
Mostly because I didn't appreciate how any of the pre-orders for a lot of other people went down. Where they like, oh, oops, sorry, we oversold the pre-orders, so we have to cancel pre-orders. So, I was actually very worried that would happen when I did a pre-order game with them last time. Thankfully, it didn't.
Previous bad experiences, that's a valid one.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I mean, why would I go into a cramped store where I'm basically forced into everyone's armpit to get a video game when I can go to Target and have space to breathe to get the game?
Now, I mean, they have tried to enforce some COVID measures.
Oh yeah, this isn't even a COVID thing. This is just a Hannah's Cora's personal space thing. Yeah, but also availability. There have been a lot of the times when I want to get a game right when it comes out, they don't have it, which is surprising to me because I also don't see many people in that store no matter what time I go in at that time.
I personally have seen you go through that one.
Yep. I went into a store to get, I think it was, I don't even remember which game it was, but I went in there to pick it up and they didn't have it. And it had been out for at least a week by that point. And they were talking about how they hadn't had their stock refilled in a while.
Oof.
So went to Target, they had it, bought it immediately.
Okay. I'd say
so availability of games.
I have found uneven pricing for one, because they did get into the collector's market, and honestly, if I'm hunting for something, they are my last stop. I found that their online system versus what's in store compared to that is very lacking. However, if I go into a store and let's say I'm looking for X action figure, their system in store is a lot better to find that. And I've actually gotten great directions to find stuff, but it's only when I come in store, which tells me that you have a system of tracking that is available to find these items, but you are not letting the general public use it to drive traffic into your stores, which during a pandemic, please don't. So I don't like their integration of their systems, which is something that, like Ricardo said, was supposed to be being improved with Microsoft coming in, and it did not. So, and honestly, I hear a lot of bad business practices on how employees are treated. I have personally seen two friends of mine who are employees of GameStop get a raw deal. I ain't going to mention their name because, even though they moved on, stop treating your employees like crap. Okay? If I go into Walmart and somebody's rude to me, you know what? They work at Walmart. What can I say? Walmart is doing y'all worse than me saying that I'm unhappy with your attitude. So whatever I get at Walmart, I expect. Okay? But moving on, Rick, if you got a game on your mind, are you going to GameStop?
No, I go to work because I get a discount.
Okay, well that's another thing altogether. But that is a good point.
The last game that I bought at GameStop was the Star Wars Squadrons, the flying game that came out in October, which was okay. Yeah. But other than that, honestly, the only thing I currently buy from GameStop are the GameStop exclusive Funko Pops. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I really get from there, and that's because
that's the only place you can go to get them.
Well, I can order. The last three that I bought from there, I got online, just because it's when they go live, I'm awake, so I'm like I'd rather just go online and order than drive to the store, which is like 20 minutes from here. But sometimes I'll go to one GameStop and I'll find a used game for like $14.99. Then I'll go to another GameStop and they have it there used for like $30.99, and I'm like, why is it the same game, two different stores, two different prices? Like what the heck?
Certainly some inconsistency there.
So yeah, it's like and then sometimes used games are more expensive than, let's say I go to Walmart and it's the exact same game, brand new, and it's like $20 instead of $25 or $30 used. So plus they probably only paid for like $5 for that used game, and now are trying to make profit on it. So, yeah, which by the way, if I try to get like a seat on the board, can I just say, hey, I'll take it, but you gotta give me like everything you screwed me over the years on me trading in games, right? Like,
Cora?
That's how I get my money back.
I have one more.
Oh, really?
In the event that I go to a bigger store, since I talked about my personal space just being destroyed by entering the store in general, the small ones. If I go to a bigger store, they don't have more games. They actually have less games, and they have more of like the t-shirts, purses, collectible items, Funko Pops, like all that stuff. And they don't have more games. I'm actually less likely to find the game I'm looking for at the bigger stores than I am the smaller ones, which is completely backwards. That shouldn't be how that works. And yet, because I noticed that when we went to the bigger one near us, the one at in Parker or off Park.
Oh yeah, the one that was like a Think Geek as well.
Yeah.
Is it attached to a Barnes & Noble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, I know which one.
They had less games in there than the smaller stores.
And they did have a lot of collectibles. Look, I like things like, the Stormbreaker I got back here, which I could have gotten from GameStop, but I found their pricing was not as competitive as other places that had it. So I'm willing to be a customer. I'm willing to spend my hard-earned dollars locally in the store, but man, y'all gotta do better.
Yep.
But honestly, I think the do better is over. So,
y'all had a chance.
My only concern with GameStop going away is it's gonna be in a way harder to find older used games, especially ones that still have some value. Like, because I mean, yeah, we have a couple places that sell them, but they're also a little bit overpriced. Sometimes more priced at GameStop. And you could also find them like at half price books, because you can buy games there, but like, when you're trying to find like an older Pokemon game or a used DS or that kind of stuff, those are a little harder to find as the years go by.
Well,
and because some people don't think, hey, I can go to Barnes & Noble. They think, oh, I'm just going to give it to a thrift shop instead. And
well, that's not necessarily true, because we have seen the rise. And Cora, you're a vintage gamer.
Yes.
As vintage gaming, can we really use the term vintage gaming? We ain't that old.
Yes, we can.
But there are other stores that are popping up, smaller owned stores that we have frequented, and you have actually gotten some finds at some of those. I know that we're blessed to have at least two that are.
Yep, we have at least two, if not more. There is also in our local area, and there may be one in your local area as well, if you look around, fellow gamers, that is like a retro game I don't want to call it a coalition, but it's like a retro game fan club, essentially. Mm-hmm. And they have swap meets once a month that they did before the virus took over.
Right, yeah. They can't do
where everyone basically brings collections of stuff they're willing to part with, like trade, sell, anything like that. And I mean, I found at least 2 games there that I'd been looking for. Not to mention, every convention I go to, there's always a retro game booth.
But also, I'm saying that we actually have brick and mortar stores like the one that hosts that event that you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Exchange Games?
GCX?
Exchange. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I thought it was GCX is the one in the mall.
Well, see, there's that one.
But they're still around?
One over in Addison that we've been to at least once. I think we could see the rise of more stores like this if GameStop were to go away. But would GameStop going away necessarily be a good thing? I'm not for people losing jobs right now. Okay? I'm just not. I think GameStop has a place, but they've lost their way.
Yeah.
What do you think it really started going down? Because I remember back in the day, like when it was still Funko Land, and then it became GameStop. And I just remember as a kid, it was always exciting to go and get the new video game because it was always fun going to GameStop. But then after a while, I don't know when it happened, when that switch happened, but after a while, it wasn't fun anymore.
I think it go ahead, Cora. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like the shift started when I'm not going to like destroy them for this decision, but when they started saying like, hey, we're not going to have PS1 and PS2 games anymore and no longer have N64 games or accept games basically that old anymore, that was when I started noticing a shift. Not that that was the reasoning, but that was around the time I noticed it.
Okay.
Because suddenly I had no reason to go there anymore because I didn't have a PlayStation 2 at that time. So I didn't go into a GameStop again until I was almost 19 when I was applying for a job. And
dodged a bullet there.
yeah, I know. And by that point, it was just awkward.
When did midnight releases and like release parties stop at GameStop?
Never. The thing is, like, they still have them, but it's not consistent across. Or they were still having them, was just not consistent across all locations.
Okay.
Because like remember when I pre-ordered my game, that location happened to be doing a midnight release. Thankfully, because I didn't want to wait.
The last one I went to was for Arkham Knight, and that was 6 years ago.
Let's see, mine was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right.
So they were still doing it for that, but they didn't have a party. They just had
you were just there.
A release. Yeah. I think some of the bigger locations, even though ours was actually a pretty decent size at that time, I'm actually kind of sad that one was one of the ones they closed in our area. That was my favorite. It was actually clean.
Yeah, I like that one too. So, all right. Rick said somewhere end of 2022, closing down.
He won't see 2023.
Oh, won't see 2023. Cora, any over under?
I'm going to be optimistic and say at least one more year. I'm going to give them till the end of 2023. Do I expect them to even make it through 2023? Oh, no. No.
Well, I'm going to make one. This time next year, GameStop won't be around.
Okay. Give it a year. I give it 2. Corey gives it 3.
Yeah. I think they're in that much trouble. I mean, when you have 8 members of your board say, I'm out, that's not a good sign.
No.
So
we should take over and call it SCNS Presents GameStop and New and Improved.
We're going to be doing like a dead GameStop series, like another one. Like DJ Khaled, another one.
Oh.
No, I don't
my
like
brain.
saying.
My brain didn't go there. My brain went to another one bites the dust.
Oh,
sorry.
That's so old. You're not hip like the rest of us here.
Oh. Rude.
I think only one of us was alive when that song released, and it was me. Okay, we've talked long enough about the impending doom of GameStop. Let's move on to some news. Cora, tell me about this crazy story. I gotta hear this. Go.
Okay. So, on October 23rd last year, a gentleman named Julian Terry released about a 6-minute short called Don't Peek. And the short itself featured Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I watched that short before this show, and I'm glad I watched it in the light. That was actually really scary. Like, I'll admit, like, everything in that short was very well done. Please go watch it after the show, because it was actually, like, really good. But it all, it was popular, and it got some, like, viral traction, but it didn't really stay up there. Because, it was Halloween, so it peaked there, and then it just kind of died away. Everyone forgot about it. Well, at South by Southwest this past March, so this month, like a week or so ago, it made its debut there. And they showed it to everyone with the announcement that it will be given a full-length feature by Tamir, and I'm gonna butcher your last name, sir, and I'm so sorry. Tamir Bekmanbetov. The gentleman, he's leading production. He's the one from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Ooh.
And stuff like that. So
all right.
Already awesome. Along with him, we have Masid Nassif producing and Pavel Boskov as creative executive. We don't really have like a date on when it's supposed to come out, all that stuff. But it was announced that it is happening. We're
going to need a link for that, for this particular short to put in the description.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I want to see. It features Animal Crossing, or I gotta see this.
Oh yeah, like my only worry is I have seen movies that go from being really good as shorts, like good horror shorts, being turned into feature films, and it kind of losing its edge because they kind of get lost in the we must make jump scare, when that's not completely what made it scary in the first place. With this one, it was atmosphere and other things. I just want to make sure, like, I'm hoping that they keep the creature that's in the film a mysterious entity. I want that to still be
that which you can't
mysterious.
see is terrifying. That kind of thing. Okay,
I saw it.
I'm in.
Oh, I saw it. I didn't like it, but I saw it.
All right, I'm in. I'm gonna need a link after the show. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's worth a watch, even if you are a little bit more on the timid side. But especially if you like Animal Crossing and are also a fan of horror, please watch it. It's so good.
See, I say stuff like I ain't scared of no movies like that, and I'll start out like man, this ain't scary, and then by the end of it, I'm like, what was that? Start hearing mysterious noises. How are my kids alive? Anyway, nah, that one doesn't worry me. That's like a family member. Make that alien noise. Anyway. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that noise.
Aren't you gonna be taking a shower? You do this, and you feel like a hand on the back of your hand.
No, I never feel
I still
that.
have nightmares
I
about
never
that.
feel that, sir. Thank you.
I can't look under my bed sheets.
Nor do I ever want to feel anything of that sort. So anyway, Ricardo, tell us something that's not terrifying here.
So let me tell you about the boogie. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I've got a lot of Disney Plus news involving movies and a TV show that I'm very excited about. So let's start with the movies because there's a lot about this. So we're getting Black Widow this year on Disney Plus, but we're not getting it till July. They pushed Black Widow once again. Oh, Lord, have mercy on this movie. I've lost interest.
Shut your mouth.
They have finally said they're going to release Black Widow on July 9th, both in theaters and in premiere access on Disney Plus. So that means you have to pay an extra $30 so you can have it for 30 days on your Disney Plus account. Along with that, not only are we getting Black Widow, but we're also going to get Cruella also on Disney Plus premiere access, along with in theaters on May 28th. Black Widow was originally supposed to come out last year. It got pushed several times. Then it got pushed to May 7th of this year. And then it got pushed 2 more months. But finally, they've caved in and said, hey, we're going to release it on Disney Plus and also in theaters. Because lo and behold, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So you can get Black Widow and Cruella. Along with that, did move around some of the slates for other films, including... Oh, this needs to go away. Including Shang-Chi and the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That was supposed to be set for July. Now that has been pushed to September 13th. That is still expected to get a theatrical release. Not expected to come to Disney Plus. But if history tells us anything from this past year, that is not a guarantee. Along with that, Pixar's animated coming-of-age adventure called Luca will not go into theaters at all. It will go straight to Disney Plus, kind of like Onward did. I'm very excited for this because the music was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, my personal hero, and that's coming out June 18th. And then some of the other things that got moved around, it's mostly stuff that was brought over from 20th Century Fox. So we're now getting Free Guy on August 13th, The King's Man December 22nd, Deepwater, January 14th of 2022, and Death on the Nile, February 11th of 2022, which Death on the Nile should have come out last year, and then it got pushed to this year, and then it got pushed to 1 more year, so we've got that going on. So apparently, they have done well with, Mulan was part of the premiere access, Raya and the Last Dragon, which I did see in theaters. That was an amazing movie. It made me have feels, and I cried. The film has made $23.4 million in the U.S. and $71 million globally, which is modest by pandemic standards. But they don't know how Black Widow and or Shang-Chi will do during that. So so along with that, so all that's kind of done for now. We also got news on National Treasure, which fans have been clamoring for a third movie for the longest time. At even one point, Disney had the rights to National Treasure 3 DVD.com. This is a very long time ago because I've been following this since National Treasure 2. But we got an answer to it now. We're getting a TV show. And no, Nicolas Cage is not involved in this one, at least not yet. We are getting 10 episodes of a National Treasure show. The show, a reimagining of the franchise, will include original producer Jerry Bruckheimer and writers Marianne and Cormac Wimberly. It will be directed by Mira Nair, and the series will explore identity, community, and patriotism through the eyes of Jess Morales, a 20-year-old dreamer who sets off on an adventure to recover lost treasure and uncover her mysterious family history. So we have a Latina lead in this, which makes me very excited as me being a Latino.
You know who that doesn't make excited?
You?
No, Nicolas Cage.
Who? Oh.
Because I can tell you right now, I could yell out, Nicolas Cage, I got a job, and he'll be at my door. I'm just saying, Nick, I'll pay you some money. I know he is mad. He is somewhere mad as hell. Listen on the payday. This is some bullshit.
So, a little bit about what happened with the original movies. Of course, like I said, Nicolas Cage was the star of this film, along with Justin Bartha, Diane Kruger, Harvey Keitel, which he's one of my favorite actors, Armando Riesco, and John Voight. They were all supposed to come back for the third installment, which was first teased back in 2008, so 13 years ago, and then they couldn't get a script right. There were just rewrites, and nothing ever worked out. But the first film did $347 million worldwide, and Book of Secrets, which was the second film, did $459 million worldwide. So these were, they were pretty successful movies. But we're getting a series, and it's 10 episodes, and I'm excited because you can really go into more lore and myth and just history. Because while there is truth within the movies of certain things, it is still a lot of myth. It's still a lot of stuff that's made up. But it back in the day, it really reignited my interest in history. So, which, I'm wearing a Hamilton shirt. So we're getting a TV show. I'm very excited. We have a Latina lead. No word on who the actress will be yet, and no word on when this will premiere. But it is currently being written. So, yay!
All right. Sorry, Nick. Maybe they can get a job for him doing grip or something. I hear catering is looking for people. I'm sorry. He'll take that job. You know that dumb movie Jiu-Jitsu that we spoke about? That crazy one it's on Netflix right now. I still haven't watched it.
Oh, Lord.
But back up for a second. So they're going to do the thing with Black Widow that I wanted them to do, I don't know, last effing year.
Yes.
I will pay $30 to see Black Widow. Okay? I will. I paid for that for Raya and the Last Dragon because, Kelly Marie Tran. She's a gem.
Yes, support.
Kelly? Anyway.
What'd you think of the movie?
Huh?
What'd you think of Raya?
I thought it was good. But I would have already paid $30 for Black Widow, just letting Disney know you've been missing out on that money. I've been trying. Anyway, whatever. Give me the damn movie. Ooh, speaking of movies,
since it is coming out in July, will you see it in theaters or will you just do the premiere access?
I'm vaccinated now, so I can only kill people now. So it all depends, really.
Well, you could still contract it. Remember that.
I know, but
you just maybe won't die from it.
Maybe. So there's a less, my chances of dying when I leave the house are lower, which I'll take any positive numbers I can get at this point. So. It all depends. I will, considering it's still going to be a couple of months so I can watch this movie that's been in the can for almost 2 years. What, 2 years now? Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, it just pisses me off to say it. Anyway, moving on. I've got some other movie news on a classic movie. One of my favorite movies as a kid was The Last Starfighter. Well, director and writer Gary Whitta, who did Rogue One, was attached to do a new The Last Starfighters movie. And I actually have a video. Hang on a second. He shared on his Twitch channel and his YouTube channel some concept work of the film. Now, all of this is just concept art. It is possibly going to be also he's trying to get as much of the original cast back for this movie so we can have I forget his name, who was the star of the movie. Maybe he'll be a trainer at this point, but it's very good. If you go over to his YouTube channel, I'll provide a link down in the description, and you can see some of this beautiful concept art. And it is one of these movies where as soon as I saw it was available on a DVD for $5 in Walmart, I got it just to own it. It's a great movie. The classic film follows a teenage boy playing a video game that was actually a trainer. Something just fell over at Cora's place. That follows him playing a video game that was actually testing him to see if he would make a good fighter pilot for the Starfighter fighter program. Now, he is apparently through no action. He becomes the last one. The film is great. Look, the CGI is not what you're expecting for today. This was the 80s. Get over it. It was pretty awesome. But possibly bringing this back as like a training program, people playing their PS5s and becoming starfighter pilots. I want this movie. So he shared, go over and check out Gary Whitta's Twitch channel and his YouTube channel. And he does a couple of streams every now and then. He was really passionate about talking about this film and getting it off the ground. Basically, this is a sizzle reel. The concept art is done by Matt Alsop. Chris Tilton scored this video, including a new arrangement of the original Last Starfighter theme song, which I cannot play here because I like YouTube to keep giving me money for these videos. But we are, as to quote Gary himself, we are, I believe, very, very close. Closer than anyone has ever been to making a new Last Starfighter movie, like right on the 1 yard line. After pushing this boulder uphill for years, we are very, very, very close. I can't really say anything more. Other than that, because there's all stuff happening behind the scenes now. Like there's things I can't tell you, but we are very, very close. I believe it will happen. I also hope right now and pray that this movie happen. Let me see. Where am I? Did my video stop? I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. Nope, it didn't stop. Look at that starfighter. Look at it going over the water. We didn't get shots like this in the first movie because it was the 80s. But it's gorgeous. It looks like we're getting new ships. I am so happy. Please bring this on. Give me another movie that it takes years to finally get a sequel for that I'll enjoy because I'll watch them. Coming to America, not great, but I still loved it. Which I love. Haven't you guys seen The Last Starfighter?
No.
I've seen part of it. When I was younger, it had come up on TBS Superstation, which was the local, we're just going to play movies all day channel. And I remember it coming on then, but I also remember not being able to watch it because I had homework or something that I had to do. But I remember seeing the part where the cabinet breaks away or something. I remember the cabinet breaking away and there just being this really cool moment. And I was like, ooh, I'll have to come back to that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go watch the original. But hey, crossing our fingers, hoping so, that this thing becomes a reality.
Jason,
anyway,
when this movie comes out, I'm gonna come up to you and go, here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
Go buy you a Star Wars.
That's for you.
Anyway,
Julie Walter.
Hurt him. Oh! Now you're gonna make me sad. Anyway,
that was a tribute to her.
I know.
Here, go see a Star Wars.
Miss Jennifer Walter.
Jennifer,
right,
I'm sorry.
Cora,
Walter.
you are up. Hit it.
All right. So, in the vein of streaming, I'm going to bring up some news about a specific stream show that Netflix is going to do that we've briefly talked about before that I got very excited about. I think Jason did too. And that is the live action for Yu Yu Hakasho.
Ooh.
It was announced, or it was revealed this week, that Netflix has started a contract with Toho Studios. They're leasing 2 of their staging facilities, Stage 7 and Stage 10, 2 of their acting centers, and a production center from the company.
Oh.
Acquisition director and executive producer Kazutaka Sakamoto is quoted as saying that he grew up with this show and he still vividly remembers the entire show. And he remembers that sense of nostalgia and that just sense of everything that show has. So he's going to try and keep that together. And they are also assembling the best talents of Japan and abroad that they can find. I have a lot more faith in this adaptation now, honestly. I'm still nervous.
I'm at who? It's happening. It's happening. They're literally setting the stage. It's happening. That was not a pun. Though it sounded like one, I'll take it. It's happening. It's happening.
All I ask, producers, casting directors, please don't do Kuwabara dirty. Kuwabara is the one character you could do dirty, and please don't.
Don't Ray Fisher Kuwabara.
Make sure that he is dumb as rocks, but has a heart of gold, and he's stupid and smart. Please.
When you said that, the first thing that popped in my head was Hey Hey from Moana.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they share intelligence, honestly. But
ooh, wow, that's mean. That's mean to Kuwabara. I'm sorry.
No, it's mean, but am I wrong? And I say this with love. I love Kuwabara.
Yeah, you're wrong. You are wrong.
Oh, am I?
I am going to defend this man on this show. How dare y'all? How dare you?
I say it with love. He's one of my favorite characters. He's not smart. He also realizes he is not smart. But his heart is exactly where it needs to be.
This is now a Kuwabara Stan channel. We stand. And that's the first time in my life I've ever said that phrase, standing anything, because I thought it was stupid. But how dare y'all? Anyway.
Look at Jason trying to be
hip flaming
kids
sword.
nowadays.
Just saying, if you watched the show back in the day, you didn't like Kuwabara, go back and watch it now that you've matured. You'll love him. And if you loved him before, then welcome to the club, because you better still love him, or we have words that we need to discuss.
Short words, just swift and brutal. Anyway.
Also, if they don't get a real baby to be Koenma, what are we doing with our life?
They're CGIing that. Oh, they could get I don't know. Anyway.
They could just do a voiceover.
They do like a Grogu. Anyway. Rick, you are up. Deliver us.
So, looks like Hollywood's finally getting really smart and hiring very talented women to write feature films more and more and letting them direct and stuff. Because we found out a couple days ago that Emerald Fennell is been tapped to write for right now the new Zatanna movie for DC Comics for Bad Robot and Warner Brothers. So for those who don't know, Emerald Fennell right now, she recently won the WGA Award for Original Screenplay this past Sunday for Promising Young Woman. She is also she broke the Academy Award barrier by becoming the first female filmmaker to be nominated as Best Director on her feature film. Along with Nomadland filmmaker Chloe Zhao, they became both the 6th and 7th females to be nominated in the Best Director category. So, and she is also the 3rd woman to be recognized with 3 nominations in a single year, following Sofia Coppola's in Lost in Translation and producer Fran Walsh for Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. But But yes, through the Emerald Fennell, she's currently tapped to write the movie. We have not word whether or not she will direct, though. Why she wouldn't, I don't know. Clearly, she's a very talented filmmaker with great talent and with great vision. So Warner Brothers, Bad Robot, did the right thing and hire this woman on to also direct the Zatanna film. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I don't know much about Zatanna other than she is a very powerful magician, and she constantly teams up with Constantine. And her father is the wizard or magician Zatara, and that she made her debut in Hawkman back in 1964. So really don't know much about her, but I'm very excited. I'll probably start reading comics about Zatanna and more Constantine, I guess. Well, but yeah.
Well, plebe, I happen to know quite a bit about Zatanna.
Oh my goodness!
And all I have to say is. Also, it's great that some new blood is getting a chance to write these films and tell these stories. That's great. Whatever actress they hire for this that has to say all of these spells backwards, are you going to do it? Or are you going to cheat and they're going to dub over and just like play whatever she says backwards? Whoever takes that role, you better say it backwards. I'm just saying. I'll still watch it, but I'm gonna think less of you. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You better say every spell backwards, just like the chat. Yes, the TW. I don't even know what they're typing there, but anyway, whoever it is, and it shouldn't be Haley Steinfeld. We got her for
Hawkeye.
Yeah, we got her for Hawkeye. I don't want to.
So the only problematic thing with this is that DC Films president Walter Hamada is overseeing the project, and that's still a big stain right now with everything that's going on with Mr. Ray Fisher and his accusations against him. So who knows? Walter Hamada might not even be around by the time this movie comes out, but he will currently oversee the project. And like I said, Bad Robot is producing, and Warner Brothers, of course, they own DC, so they're the ones going to distribute this film. So, yeah.
Had to give somebody a timeout in the chat because they were just spamming. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Oh, I'm up. Let's see here. So, one of the best games I played last year was Ghost of Tsushima. This game was beautiful. I completed 100% of the game because it was just that damn good. So this announcement was only a matter of time, as Ghost of Tsushima has now been tapped to be made into a live action movie. Now, I'm not going to do too much spoiler here, but the film adaptation will be directed by Chad Stahelski, who is the director of John Wick. Already. Producer Alex Young and Jason Spitz, with their company 8711 Entertainment, will also be producing the film. Of course, no announcements yet for anybody starring in the role. All I'm saying is everyone in it needs to be Japanese. Just throwing that out there. Just saying. The film will adapt the story of Jin Saki, who is the lead character of the game, a samurai warrior who actually is based. Well, the events of the game are based off of the historical actions of the Mongols invading the land of Tsushima. So the game, very accurate, or not very accurate, but is based on an actual historic event. So, like I said, great, and she almost cursed again. Currently aiming for a 2022 release. We don't even know how far in development, and we don't have a date for shooting or, of course, release. But if you've watched classic Japanese, like Kurosawa movies, that's the style I want this in. That is exactly how I want this movie to be presented to me. Give me old Japanese spaghetti western movies and tell the story of Jin Sakai. Believe me, they can only print money. And also, this movie is prime for a sequel, if done right. This was the I mean, this is one of those cases where the game was so good, the story of the game was so good, I honestly would give them a pass if they just went 1 for 1 of everything that happened in the game. Just give me try to duplicate this beautiful scenery from this game live screen, which they won't do because it's they'll do like The Mandalorian probably. But I am so ready for this. If you didn't play the game, seeing this as a movie will make you want to play the game. It's a great story. This was the game that after I played The Last of Us 2 and cried for a couple of days, that I was like, Last of Us 2 is the best game of the year. And Ghost of Tsushima was like, hold my sword. And came strong to tell me, no, we want to be a contender. It's a great game. It's going to be, in the right hands, this can be great. And in the wrong hands, ooh, Lord. If you ruin this, Jason might have to come after you. But honestly, it's the director that brought us John Wick. My confidence level is up there. And if you haven't played the game, Corey, you probably want to play this game. You got a PS4.
Yep, I do.
You might want to borrow this one. It's so beautiful. Just so good. Anyway.
I might want to borrow it after Cora.
Also, you like petting all of the animals in game, so.
I get to pet animals?
Foxes.
Give me the game!
Oh, no.
Bring it over right now. I have to live vicariously through a video game character to pet a fox.
They did this game very well, and I've said too much. Please bring this and make it great. You have my full endorsement. Give me Ghost of Tsushima on the screen. All right. Rick, I believe you are up for the next story.
Cora.
Cora's up? Oh, yeah. Cora. Yeah, Cora, you're up. Sorry. What? I get confused. Y'all look alike to me.
What?
Tell your story.
I'm not as pretty as Cora.
Do I have facial hair?
There is no correct answer that I could give here. No.
Am I clean shaven?
What, are you saying I wouldn't look good with facial hair?
Oh, good Lord.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
There's no win here.
Anyway, getting back on track. To keep with my theme of just having everything about horror and ghosts and shit like that, we are getting a new anime based on Junji Ito's work. We don't have too much information about that right now, but what we do have is that it's going to be based off of his Masterworks collection, which is about 11 volumes that ran from 2011 through 2018. So it'll be interesting to see which of those volumes they adapt into an anime, or they may decide to adapt each volume as its own anime, or like as its own episode, but we'll see. I know a lot of people really didn't like the first Junji Ito anime that came out. I didn't see any problem with it. I thought it was really fun. While his manga has a lot of like horror elements to it and are very unsettling, the anime episodes were a little bit more lighthearted, so it made it a little bit more fun to watch. In addition, some of his work has been adapted into live-action movies, such as Uzumaki, and I do believe Goyo was as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know another was, and I cannot remember the name of it, and it's going to drive me crazy. But his work's been adapted before. I'm very excited for this. Once we have more information, we will share it with y'all, mostly because I'll probably scream it. Excitement.
What is up with that dude with things in his mouth and candles?
I want to cosplay that.
What the hell is going on here?
He's I don't remember the name of the story specifically, but that character basically makes dolls and will nail them in places to place curses on people. Like his whole thing is cursing people.
Really?
But he's also very bad at it. I will say that.
Okay, then. I don't know how much I'm
Like-
for that, but all right.
Like, that's one of Junji Ito's, like, what I would call his more lighthearted work, where it's like, this is still really disturbing. You, sir, are disturbing. But you're also not succeeding in anything you're trying. And it's funny because he's over the top and dramatic, and everyone else around him is just normal.
Okay, then.
It's like it's like what would happen if you took a Junji Ito character and put them in the real world. Everyone just be like, okay, freak. Just walk away.
All right. Okay, well, I'll check it out when it's available. Rick, you're up.
I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 because both of these involve
Yeah, we're
castings.
running short on time, so we're going to try to get these last few out. So go ahead.
So 2-for-1. We got a new cast member joining Shazam and Fury of the Gods, and that is the one and only the Dame Helen Mirren. She has been cast as the villain for Shazam Fury of the Gods. She has played a queen before. Now she's going to play a god. So, good lord, like, you are a queen. She will be joined as Hespera, the villainous daughter of the god Atlas. So, of course, Shazam came out in 2019. The movie did 366 million worldwide. We have Zachary Levi, who plays the adult version of Billy Batson whenever he has the powers of Shazam. David F. Sandberg is also directing along with the script from Henry Gayden. And also we have somebody by the name of Rachel Zegler from West Side Story also joining the franchise for the sequel. Mirren's role is somewhat mysterious, as Hespera does not have a clear equivalent from the DC Comics, but she undoubtedly has some feelings about Shazam's powers, which include the stamina of her father, Atlas, as well as the strength of Hercules, the power of Zeus, the wisdom of Solomon, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. The Shazam Fury of the Gods is going to come out June of 2023, so we've still got 2 more years before this movie comes out. So she's joining the cast, and we also have some Black Adam casting news. A while back, they announced that Hawkman and Dr. Fate, and there was one other superhero, the Atom Smasher and Cyclone were all joining this movie, and we finally got a cast for Dr. Fate, and it's going to be none other than Pierce Brosnan. I was going to make a 007 joke, but I couldn't figure it out in my head. Yes, Pierce Brosnan is joining the cast as Dr. Fate. Opposite, of course, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is going to play the title character of Black Adam. We also have Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, and Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, and Contessa Swindell as Cyclone. Of course, if you follow Dwayne Johnson on Instagram, Twitter, and all the fun things, he's getting bigger by the day. Like, this dude is just working out nonstop for this film. He did post recently a picture of the script, and he read the first little snippet of it. So it looks like they're just about done with the script. They are going to start shooting in I believe he said 2 weeks. And this movie is set to come out. Does not give me a release date here off the top that I can see right off the way. But yes, and of course, we know in the comic Shazam takes on Black Adam. So probably at some point we will see Zachary Levi take on The Rock. So I'm very excited about that. But yes, Pierce Brosnan has joined the film, has joined the DC universe as Dr. Fate. So yay!
Good choice for Dr. Fate, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is Pierce Brosnan. That's Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan. You've got acting is not a question at this point.
No.
They got it. They got it.
And Helen Mirren has done comic books. She did do Red and Red 2 before.
Yeah, exactly. She can do anything. In fact,
and she's also in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, she can do anything, including steal my heart. That's right. That's it. So yeah, good choices. I mean, that's some big names coming to some comic book movies. But speaking of comic books, I'm going to move it over to a TV show debuting tomorrow on Amazon. We get Invincible. Now, there is, if you go over to Invincible's Twitter, I don't even need to really bring it up. You will have they have taken video of fans reacting to what apparently is one of the more violent scenes of Invincible. Some are saying on par with the violence level of The Boys. I don't know. Well, now, granted, I read the comics. I think I already know what it is. And for some reason, I think I've mentally blocked out that scene from the comic books. So now I get to relive it in animated glory. Holy crap. The first 3 episodes will be available tomorrow on Amazon. And you best believe I am watching that. Stephen Chun will be the voice of Invincible. We got, God, what was I going to say? No, I won't even go. Anyway, this Friday, March 26th, go watch Invincible on Amazon. I know I damn sure am, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm waiting until tomorrow. Y'all need to watch this one. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on this. This could be one of the best shows of the year. Honestly.
So wait, what are you gonna watch first? That or Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Whichever one is first.
What if they both drop at the same time?
Falcon and you know what? No, I'm gonna watch Invincible first, in case I need a palate cleanser.
That's a what? I mean,
Falcon, in case I see something hyper violent and I'm like, give me my teddy bear, I'm gonna go watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know.
And then watch that just be just as violent.
No, this was worse. No. I don't know. It's whoever is available to me first. Who's got time to sleep? So anyway, Cora, go ahead and take us home on this show because we're over time, but we're gonna give the last bit to you. Hit it.
All right, this is really quick, but it is involving the Resident Evil live action reboot. The movie is. We've got a movie title. It is Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. And it is going to be set in Raccoon City on a specific night in 1998.
Ooh.
That's all we know. Johannes Roberts is the one writing and directing the movie, so it's not I do not believe it's the previous person.
That name sounds very familiar.
And it will come out on September 3rd. Of this year.
Ooh.
Give me just a second. I'm pulling up. For Roberts, I know he's from 47 Meters Down. I don't have other info on him at the moment, but we do have other people involved in this in terms of the actors. We have Kayla Scodelario from The Maze Runner as Claire Redfield. We have Hannah John Kamen from Ant-Man and the Wasp as Jill Valentine. Robbie Amell from Upload as Chris Redfield.
Really?
Tom Harper.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. Tom Hopper from the Umbrella Academy as Albert Wesker. Avon Jagia. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. From Zombieland Double Tap as Leon S. Kennedy. And Neil McDonough from Yellowstone as William Birkin.
I love Neil McDonough. He's one of my favorite actors.
Well, this is shaping up to be good. You said
Right?
1998. That is the date that Resident Evil 2 was released. And you mentioned Claire Redfield. Hey. Robbie Amell, of course, the brother of Stephen Amell. He's a good actor in his own right. This is... Ooh, I'm excited here.
You said September 3rd this is dropping?
Yes.
Lit.
Oh, man. I am here. I'm here for this. This sounds good now.
I'll admit, when I saw that there was a reboot, I'm like, okay, it's not going to be good, but okay. Because I remember watching the original Resident Evil back in the day and just not being that impressed with it. Like, I know I watched it because I remember we rented the movie, but I could not tell you what happened because I just shut it off so fast in my head. This actually,
yeah, she's playing.
This actually
Claire.
sounds good.
Oh, they've got a woman of color. Oh, the girl. She was a ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, awesome.
She's playing Jill Valentine. Oh, I am here for this now. I am ready for this movie.
What
This
I'm
is good
hoping
news.
for.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's all right. What I'm hoping for is, unlike the first Resident Evil movie that I watched,
We don't need to talk about that anymore.
I'm hoping that this is actually scary. Because, like, that's one thing, like, I've never played the Resident Evil games because I know what I'm capable of playing and handling. And it's not that. I've seen the scares in Resident Evil. But with that said, I've seen the scares in Resident Evil. That's what I went into the movie expecting in terms of when I watched it. And what I got was basically a zombie shoot 'em up, which I mean was fun.
Yeah.
But it was nowhere what I was expecting from it.
Yeah.
But this sounds like it's probably, hopefully,
this cast
gonna scare
this is
me.
a good cast. Oh man. All right. Who's Avon Jongia? Let me see. Oh, okay. He's Leon Kennedy. We're gonna need to clean up that facial hair a little bit if he's gonna play Leon, but all right. Oh, he's Canadian. Oh, if he's French Canadian, perfect.
Perfect.
Where's he from in Canada? Okay. I don't see.
Quebec.
British Columbia. Nope. No, he's not French. Either way, this is shaping up to look really good. I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah.
Please do Resident Evil right. Please.
They had 6 tries. If they messed up every single time.
Let the healing begin. All right. Well, we ended on a good note. Thank you, everyone out there, for joining us this week for us discussing the biggest news and happenings of the week. If you want to, well, first of all, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. You can find us over at facebook.com/SCNS Live, twitter.com/ or at SCNS Live on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to follow us personally, though, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonDX. Cora, where can you find you?
You can find me at Corodono Art on Twitter and Instagram for all things art related, Suikoden related, and just general nerd screaming related. Please talk to me, I'm bored. Or you can reach out to me or find me at chaotic_noodle on Twitter, where I post all of my Final Fantasy screenshots and have been trying to remember to retweet as much as I can any Final Fantasy news, including the information for the new patch coming out soon.
All right. What about you, Rick? Where you at?
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. That is spelled NERDYRIC 89. There is no K in my name. I'm doing the 365-day challenge. Today was day 84, 83, 84, I believe. I don't remember anymore. It's been 80-something days. But yes, today, this is also a shout out to my friend's dog named Spud. It is his birthday. His actual birthday, his gotcha day is next month. But today is his birthday. They got him a little bandana that said birthday boy, and they got him a puppy cake. And he's so adorable. He's the best potato, and I love him because he's a great corgi. So happy birthday, Spud. I love you. And then, just follow me on Instagram. Help me get to 1,000 followers. I'm so close. I am like 38 people away. 37, something like that. So, yeah.
All right. And, of course, follow us over our the sister channel, Alternate Heads, for toy reviews and stuff. I will be posting again to that channel very soon. All right, guys. That is our show. Thank you for joining us out there. We hope to see you next week. And we always say around here, keep on nerding.